staying with us. Are politico-cultural groups becoming intolerant? Two indoor meetings of writers and intellectuals in Chennai were disrupted by groups in the past 1 week. In one case, it was the Tamil nationalists who stalled the meeting, while in the other meeting, it was the literary wing of the CPIML who created a disruption.
Writers and intellectuals are worried over the two incidents in quick succession. The indoor meetings meant for democratic expressions on Sri Lanka and the space for women's writings in Tamil have faced violent verbal attack from organized politico-cultural groups.
சமீபத்தில் நான் இலங்கை சென்று வந்தேன். என்னுடைய பேச்சு 1.5 மணி நேர பேச்சில் கிட்டத்தட்ட 1.25 மணி நேரம் நான் பொதுவாக தமிழர்கள் படக்கூடிய இன்னல்களையும் கடைசி 10 நிமிடங்களில் தான் நான் முஸ்லீம்கள் இப்பொழுது பட்டுக்கொண்டிருக்கக்கூடிய துன்பங்களையும் நான் சொன்னேன். சொல்லிக் கொண்டிருக்கும்பொழுது உடனடியாக அங்கு வந்திருந்த சில இளைஞர்கள் அவர்கள் எழுந்திருந்து நீ என்ன புலிகளை எதிர்த்து பேசுகிறாய், இதெல்லாம் இங்கே பேசக்கூடாது, முஸ்லீம்களை பற்றி பேசுவதற்கு தான் உனக்கு நேரமா, கிட்டத்தட்ட 3 லட்சம் தமிழர்கள் இங்கே கஷ்டப்பட்டு கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள், 1 லட்சம் பேர் செத்து போயிருக்காங்க, நீ முஸ்லீம்கள் 113 பேர் பேசியதை பற்றி நீ பேசுகிறாய் என்றெல்லாம் சொல்லி கூட்டத்தை நடக்க விடாமல் கலாட்டா செய்தார்கள்.
Intolerance towards other ideas as exhibited by so-called progressive groups in these meetings is quite alarming. The rabble-rousers seem to have clear agenda like the opposition in the Assembly House. Use of abusive language is very common. People almost came to blows in both the incidents. It is clear that such intolerance towards bold opinions, writings and artistic expressions are not a healthy trend in democracy. While a healthy dialogue is always a welcome step, the intolerance and violent behavior will only be a roadblock for artistic expressions and free thinking. With camera person Srinivas and reporter Peer Mohammed, Avinash for Ndtv-Hindu.
Poet Leena Manimekalai joined us and spoke to us. This is what she had to say.
I see this as a very clear-cut example of fascist attack by fundamentalists. The so-called progressives, if they can mob a democratic space and interrupt with this kind of violence, and this is not done. I mean, there is a license to poetic expression. No, when you follow the incidents happening in Tamil Nadu for the past few years, I mean, you can see the point where Tamil nationalists and ultra-left and ultra-right, they all meet in one point when morality of women is concerned. You can recall what happened to Kushbu when she spoke about premarital sex and chastity and those things. And my contemporary women poets were also, threatened for the kind of poetic language they were using, and their freedom of expression is also threatened by these kind of forces. No, unfortunately, Marxism is also now understood as religion. In our country, you can cut a parallel to M.F. Hussain. When he drew something on Saraswati, he was threatened by rightist forces. And when we write about, metaphorically, when we handle names like Marx or Lenin or Engels, they get disturbed. They get very uncomfortable, because their ideology of Marxism is itself totally rightist. We live in a patriarchally controlled society, and we can't expect, when women become even leaders, they are sensitive to, women liberation or empathy towards women's security, and all these issues are very, primitive in their understanding. So even when women come to leadership, it's not happening. And this kind of using women against women in writing, in expression. Again, we can recall what PMK did when they used their own women to oppose Kushbu's statements. They gave them sweepers and chappals, and that's the way they use women to do this hate expression.
On the occasion of World Hemophilia Day, the Tamil Nadu government announced the free-of-cost availability of medicines for hemophilia in government and government-aided hospitals. Zoya Thomas reports.
Hemophilia, a genetic disorder that impairs the body's ability to control blood clotting, is one of the most expensive diseases when it comes to treatment. The treatment of occasional bleeds of a single person can exceed 1 lakh rupees annually. But now the Tamil Nadu government has announced the free availability of these medicines in government hospitals, much to the relief of patients.
Cost to an extent of about 1 lakh, that is the rough expenditure to meet the medical expenditure of one hemophiliac. So we have realized this particular problem. Our Chief Minister has recently announced in the budget that we will give free factors to those affected with this hemophilia disease in Tamil Nadu.
The move to make available free medicines has been welcomed by the medical fraternity as well as hemophilia patients in the state.
Yeah, we are really happy to hear that news that government is going to support us by not only supplying medicine but also at free of cost. See, basically, we as a patient, the most important problem is to buy the medicine, and it's not easily available. So now when government is going to support us, naturally I think every member of the hemophilia patient will be very much happy.
I think it's extremely good for the people with hemophilia in this state. The speed with which the Tamil Nadu government has responded to the appeal made to them just 2 months ago is absolutely amazing.
There are 1,500 people known to be affected by hemophilia in Tamil Nadu, but activists say there are many more who suffer and don't disclose, fearing stigma from the society. In Chennai with Zoya Thomas, Nithila, Ndtv-Hindu.
A car on the Pantheon Road caught fire in the middle of the road, following which traffic was disrupted for nearly half an hour. In Egmore, 35-old Jagadish Bajaj was crossing Co-optex in the area and her vehicle suddenly went up in flames. Fortunately, she ran out of the vehicle and escaped unhurt. The fire services rushed to the spot and doused the flames. Well, a narrow escape there. A walk down memory lane, but the filmy way, that's coming up in a moment.